For us.
Aujourd'hui en France, which is also the city paper here in Paris called Le Parisien, is leading on générique la crise de confiance. So that's about generic drugs, the preponderance of them in France, and a crisis of trust, if you like. The French do not like them. Now, this is all to do with an exclusive survey the paper has showing that 3 out of 5 French people do not trust these generic drugs which they get in the chemists. Obviously, ordinarily you would like to have the brand-made original drug, wouldn't you? But the cost, of course, is a major factor. And the argument in the 2-page spread there in Le Parisien Aujourd'hui en France today is that, in fact, a lot of these drugs are coming from Asia, 80%. A lot of French people won't know that. And there are concerns about just how good they are. The cartoon seems to sum up the piece pretty well. It shows a bloke standing in front of his doctor. The doctor's saying to him, well, have you looked at the instructions on the box? And the guy is saying, yeah, I've looked at the instructions on the box, but they were in Chinese. And look, I'm covered with spots there. You can see that cartoon there, the little Mr. Joe Dupont saying, well, I just can't read Chinese.
Oh, dear. Now, also making the front page of Aujourd'hui en France is one of France's most famous actors, Nick.
Well, yeah, we can go to the front page there and see larger-than-life character there. You can see him. That is Gérard Depardieu. And we, of course, know him as the sort of star of lots of art house films that we would consider art house. But he's perhaps more famous now in France for his role in the Asterix movie. And there you can see, still with Le Parisien, Obélix chez les Belges. He plays the role of Obelisk, of course, in the movie, in a series of movies. And that is a French-Belgian cartoon. Now, he's gone over the border just to cross the French border into a town called Nechin and bought a property there. You can see it. Isn't that absolutely horrible? Would you want to live there?
Gérard Depardieu could perhaps afford something a little more fancy than that, no?
Well, he's gone into Belgium, bought this house, and he's applied for tax residency, for residency status. He's been given it, so he's now officially Belgian. This is a French national icon, of course. He's bought that horrible house, which has a swimming pool in it. That helps. But one of the interesting things is that it's actually a former customs house, so I don't know whether he was taking the piss, if I can say that, royally. And anyway, he's over there in Belgium. Obviously, there's a huge debate now about this whole tax ban that's going to be in place in France of 75% tax for millionaires, people earning over $1 million. And of course, that piece there, one of the pieces in Le Parisien saying that the last millionaire to leave France should turn out the lights.
Ouch. Well, we've seen these influx of French going to London. Now Gérard might lead them into Belgium. Talking about Libération, Nick, another controversial figure on the front page there, perhaps?
Another larger-than-life character, and it is the return of the living dead, le retour de la momie, the mummy returns.
Oh,
and that, of course, is Silvio Berlusconi, who, after a weekend of roller coaster politics in Italy, has come back to the fore. He's saying he will run again to be the #1 in Italy. He's kind of squeezed Mario Monti out of the picture, though Mario Monti has not said 100% that he will resign, but he says he plans to do so. There, the piece there saying that Berlusconi is a multi-recidiviste. He is a serial offender. Of course, reference to his not political, but judicial woes, of course. Libé, being the left-wing paper here, does not like Berlusconi, but there is a sigh of relief for Libé this morning because it's saying, well, hey, we thought in France that we had the most stupid right-wing in the world, and lo and behold, Berlusconi comes to the centre stage to prove that we don't. It's Italy.
Every cloud has a silver lining, Nick. Now, another story that grabbed your eye was on Le HuffPost.
The Huffington Post, the French edition of the Huffington Post, has a story that struck me as the core blindingly obvious, but it confirms that cliche that you have in your head. 3 French out of 10, yes, do indeed cheat on their partner. Adultery is commonplace here. So there you go. There's massive statistics in the HuffPost. It's an exclusive survey for them, and even the political leanings of adulterers in France. So that's worth reading.
Well, it's a very controversial statistic indeed. Thank you very much, Nick. Nicholas Rushworth there with our press review. OK, let's bring you this morning's main headlines now. The referee